Hi everybody, my name's Susan and this is my channel, Susan's Road Less Traveled. It is a weekday in the upstate of South Carolina and it is dreadfully rainy and going to be for 2 days, but I'm going camping anyway. So I made some arrangements last week and just decided I'm on vacation this week. Decided to get away for a few days because I couldn't remember the last time that I'd been camping in the bus, but I think it was sometime last summer. And actually at the same campground, same campsite, because I remembered that my son and daughter-in-law and mother came over for dinner and visited me. So anyway, you know, it's nice to cuddle up inside of Alice with my 2 pups in the rain and just chill out and relax and probably sleep a lot and catch up on some much needed rest. But I am That's an interesting stand of trees right here. Actually looks like it's all coming out of the same root system. Interesting. Very tall. I hadn't noticed that one before. Split off. Come on, kids. Come on, Sammy. So it finally stopped drizzling and it's trying to clear up, but it's still overcast, and I think it's calling for a shower to push through here in a couple of hours. But in the meantime, I was able to go get a shower and put my chair out and grab a book, and I put my little netting screen up. I am running the air conditioning inside because it is a little steamy, so it was getting up to about 78 inside, and I was running the dehumidifier portion of my unit, and it just, I mean, because it's so wet, it gets the bus cooler by running the dehumidifier. It's like having a swamp cooler in there, but it captures so much water that it just shuts off in like 10 or 15 minutes, and then it has to dump and I have to restart it. So I'm just running the AC right now, but I do have the door open. I don't live in a barn, but apparently here I do. So while it was still raining outside, I decided to clean up inside the bus a little bit and reorganize. And the first thing that I wanted to do was kind of resituate my bedding. I had kind of thrown it out last night, and it wasn't as comfortable as I wanted it to be. I had bought a new 2-inch foam, like egg crate mattress pad a couple of months ago in anticipation of, updating some things and getting some new stuff for the bus. And I had it flattened out all on one level and decided there's only one of me, and I generally sleep on my back. So I decided to fold it in half for tonight and see if creating a 4-inch mattress pad would give me a little bit more cushion, which of course it will, but whether or not it feels good or not, we'll find out. I had also bought a new blanket before I went on this trip because I realized I had a fleece, but I needed something a little bit weightier. So this is how I configured my bedding. I do sleep with my head towards the end of the bus, and the girls have their beds right next to me, and I try to keep them on there instead of onto my sheets and blankets and whatnot, especially with sandy paws, which I try to keep up with. But anyway, so this is my new configuration, and I'll see how that works out this evening. After fixing the bed, I tried to go ahead and put my bench up. I can pull the bench out and have my table up at the same time, but I wanted to see how I could make it work to roll the bedding out of the way. So you can see towards the back, I just took that single sized bedding, and with the sheets and blankets still on it, I just rolled it up into a ball in the back and kind of just seated it behind the back of the bench, and I put my bench seat up. I do use pillows on the bench seat when I'm sitting during the day. It's not the most comfortable bench, and when I'm working at my table, I need a little bit of a pillow behind my back to help bolster my posture. But this worked out really well, and over to the left-hand side of that bolster that you're looking at are the girls' beds, just kind of neatly tucked back into that back section, and they love it. They crawl back in there. It's like a little cave for them, and they just curl up in little balls on their bed and peer out the window. As you can see, the curtain got opened. One of them nudged the curtain open so that they could peer out the back. So this is my seat up with my bed rolled up out of the way and my table in its upright position. So I generally have a lot of electronics with me, and I always keep this particular power strip into the bus, plugged into that outlet behind the table. And currently I run an air conditioning unit. I have a separate video on how I install that, but it's an 8,000 BTU AC unit with dehumidifier. And I also, this time around, brought my computer. I've got my phone, got an extra light in the bus And this time around I've got a TV. So that is what is all plugged into this, and it helps when the table is in its upright spot. I tuck this back underneath by the wall, and it just keeps everything all coordinated and out from under my feet when I'm coming in and out of the bus. So this here is my new office setup while I'm on the road, and I have my bench up and my table up. I have a separate video going up after this one that is my review of Verizon's Hotspot Puck, and I had purchased it about a month and a half ago to have internet up at the house that I'm living in, where there's no satellite or cable internet available, so I have to have that hotspot. I paired that with Verizon's phone plan, and so please check out that video on just the cost as I am incurring for it. But I was really kind of excited to bring my TV, as you can see in the background, and set that up towards the bed and be able to, yesterday it poured rain, basically lay in the bus, search the internet, watch some TV, if you will, and today using my computer to upload video and just have a place to work while I'm kind of having some downtime if it's raining or whatever. So I'm really happy with this setup, and I also have an extra portion of the table that pulls out from the right hand side that I can extend the surface to eat and that type of thing. I haven't done that yet, but it's an option there. But as you can see, I can get around the table pretty easily to get in and out of the bus and get to my coolers and everything like that. Well, we made it through the rain and the sun is out. It's about 75 and a really nice breeze coming off the water. So one little walk of the dogs before they eat, and maybe open up the bus and let some air in, some moisture out. I noticed that I was laying a towel on one of the cabinets to set a cooler on top of. It's the main flip-top cabinet for storage, and the laminate, which had already started to kind of come up a little bit on one side, has popped off a little bit more. So I'm going to have to get a couple of clamps and some wood glue, because I've been putting that off on just the little spot, and now I just noticed that it's all along the whole edge of the countertop. And if I snag that, which I've already done on another part, snagged some of the laminate and it's chipped off. If I snagged this piece, I would be very angry with myself. So I think I'm going to try to cover it up with something else while I finish camping, and that way maybe I won't catch something on it. Very lovely day, and it's just about 3:45, so a few more hours of daylight to enjoy, and then tomorrow morning's my last day. So, number one, doubling the mattress over. Didn't do anything. That's gonna have to be rectified. Yeah, my back is killing me this morning. Number two, it got chilly. It got down to 59 in the bus last night. And I didn't get up to put my like hoodie and whatnot on. I just had shorts and a t-shirt, PJs, and a couple of blankets, but Sissy just was hunkered down on top of me last night. It got really chilly, so I could have probably had my little tower heater with me, and that wouldn't have done any harm. So beautiful day though. Very lovely day. Dogs' stomachs are growling, so I'm going to get them some food and then start cleaning up and packing things up and neatening the bus and getting on my way. But it was a good couple of days. But yeah, some chores to do this morning to get ready to drive off